My grandmother's humiliating wedding gift saved my life. I was mortified when my grandmother handed me a chipped, incredibly heavy ceramic pig in the middle of my black tie wedding reception. My new husband, Trent, came from a wealthy country club family. His parents were watching from the next table, already judging my side of the family. Trent forced a tight, embarrassed smile, took the ugly pig out of my hands, and whispered that we'd hide it in the garage later. Everyone thought Grandma's mind was slipping. But before she let go of my hands, she looked dead into my eyes and whispered, "Only break it when the silence gets too loud." I assumed it was just dementia rambling. She passed away 6 months later, and the pig sat on a dusty shelf in our garage gathering cobwebs. Over the next 3 years, Trent's charming exterior completely dissolved. He didn't hit me, but he controlled everything else. He tracked my location on my phone, alienated my closest friends, and eventually forced me to quit my job. Whenever I tried to stand up for myself, he wouldn't yell. He would just stare at me in this cold, terrifying silence until I broke down and apologized. Last Tuesday was the breaking point. I caught him transferring the last of my independent savings into a private trust in his name. When I confronted him, he didn't even blink. He just leaned against the doorframe, smirked, and said, "Go ahead and leave, Sarah. You have absolutely nothing." I ran to the garage with a trash bag, hyperventilating, trying to figure out how I was going to survive. That's when I saw it. The ugly ceramic pig peering out from behind a box of Christmas lights when the silence gets too loud. Trent was standing in the kitchen, completely silent, waiting for me to come crawling back. I grabbed a hammer from Trent's workbench and smashed the pig right down the middle. It wasn't empty, and it wasn't full of loose change. Tightly packed inside were dozens of rolled up stacks of $100 bills. But what made me fall to my knees was the small, folded piece of stationery resting on top of the money. It was in Grandma's handwriting. It read, "I saw the way he yanked your wrist when you laughed too loud at the rehearsal dinner. Your grandfather had that same grit. I sold my antique jewelry so you'd never be trapped like I was. Run." I counted it on the hood of my car. $45,000. Trent thought he had systematically stripped away every resource I had. But as I backed down the driveway, leaving him in his perfectly quiet, empty house, I realized my grandmother had given me the only wedding gift that actually mattered. She gave me an exit.